When you think of good Absolver players, there should be a handful of names that stick out in your mind. Or if you barely play Absolver, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you know anything about good players, you'll know that among them lies a man by the name of Boouu. Boouu is one of the most insane Absolver players. And I mean, you don't need me to tell you this. He won the last Jade Fest we had in late 2023. He's actually so good, and his moment-to-moment decision-making is not only admirable, but enviable. Now you're probably thinking, why are you telling me this? Who are you? What is Absolver? Why am I here? Well, you're here because the algorithm saw fit to introduce you to one of the nastiest tournament plays in Absolver history. In a tournament hosted by El Tenedor, Boouu fought Lion Knight Warrior. Now, of course, these two players are pretty well known. Lion Knight, a cult main, isn't a slouch, having wins on some very good players. He's probably one of the last cults remaining that you'd run into in combat trials. And the point that this clip starts, Boouu has just taken a stock from Lion after Lion was already ahead. He has about 150 HP left. For most players, this is a death sentence, a battle of attrition. In a situation like this, you're basically hoping that you can do enough damage to your opponent that you have a decent life lead when you respawn. In this video, we're going to watch the full interaction, and then we're going to break it down from there.
It's because having an 11 framer to attack out with in back stance is good. Legbreaker jumped again.
Ooh, and the punish. Excellent. Oh, just barely catches that axe.
That's gonna be a stock for. Oh,
He missed the confirm.
Bo really making the.
He's gonna be patient here. He's gonna be so patient. Yep.
Oh.
He knows that he's hungry for it. Yep.
It's the earthquake too. Wow.
Oh. Bo actually gained a little bit of health there too, EQing that attack. It gave the build property. Yeah. They're both being so.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was.
Now this clip has so much going on. So much so that I had to take notes to accurately explain it because everything happens so fast. So let's start from the beginning. After some small exchanges of 12 frames, Boouu is actually lucky that Lion has burned his stamina enough to be guard broken by this front kick, which, with good deck construction, leads to a spinning high kick, and a follow-up on top of that for free. Boouu goes for an axe kick following the back era, and unfortunately walks right into Lion's Shadow Avoid. This is huge. As in, this is a huge problem, because Lion is sitting in his spinning wide hook stance. Yes, that spinning wide hook. The one that hurts like fuck. This is it. This is certainly death. Lion Knight will be able to confirm another move after connecting with this hook. Except for the fact that Lion Knight drops his confirm of up to 14 frames. His wobble low comes out without being gold linked. Boouu has just enough time to put his guard up, and what would now normally be an easy kill off of a spinning wide hook confirm now becomes Lion Knight's biggest problem. He hasn't killed Boouu yet. So Boouu, wondering what he should do, takes the safe option of running Earthquake. Why is this safe? Because if it hits, he has plenty of time to throw a move out, and if it doesn't, he has the option to return to blocking. It's honestly an incredible choice. He follows up his inside kick confirm with face back fist. Since he's +7 right here, and fighting against a cult, he probably feels pretty confident that he can react to a cult absorb with his windfall avoids. So, he decides to push in with his face back fist. And it pays off. But not knowing what comes next, he returns to his front stance and waits to see what Lion Knight does. So Lion Knight comes in with Drunk Crane into a flute that is fainted. Hoping that Boouu actually tries to duck the flute, Lion Knight lets a charged Haymaker rock. Boouu ducks the Haymaker and launches a front kick. Since this is vanilla Absolver, this is one of the safest options you can launch against a cult right here. Lion Knight switches stance and holds block, eating about 50% stamina damage, and he's left with about 15% of his stamina. Worried about a guard break, he drops his guard to get stamina back. In this situation, Lion is wondering what to do. But Boouu is playing so careful. Boouu anticipates an attack, but it's Earthquake, meaning Lion is negative here because it was blocked. So Boouu mashes his inside kick to get more quick damage. Boouu quickly loses his turn to a blocked back era, but in a quick decision, Boouu decides to gamble with Earthquake, thinking, if he hits me, I can absorb it and confirm. But if Lion Knight doesn't hit him, then he knows to return to a safe defensive block stance. This is very important. This is one of the most 10,000 IQ plays ever to exist right here, and you'll see why later. He confirms Temple Knock off the Earthquake and follows up with Underknee, not wanting to push his advantage as he resets to front stance for a very staggered 12-frame mash, and it lands again. At this point, as Lion Knight, I'm thinking, I only need 1 hit. And that's why you see Lion Knight mashing 12 frames so much. If Boouu gives him any more respect, then the mash will go through, killing Boouu. So after landing Temple Knock into underknee, they're both in a very similar 1-hit situation. They're now both basically 1 HP. Lion Knight was essentially full HP at the beginning of this exchange. I've been here before, where Lion Knight stands. It's so demoralizing, but god damn, Boouu looks so fucking untouchable here. So Boouu continues staggering pressure, staggering again and again. He's staggering these hitboxes to discourage Lion Knight from being careless, but also to maybe catch Lion Knight when he wants to mash. So then he introduces some feints. And then as he walks away to get distance, Boouu finally gets hit by a crane. That's it. It's over. Except it's not. But what? Why? How? You remember that earthquake I talked about? How Boouu gained health on it by absorbing a crane? The crane giveth, and the crane taketh away. Boouu literally is the most 1 HP we've ever seen in a tournament at this point. And so naturally, Lion Knight, having failed poking out of pressure time and time again, tries to mix it up. He goes for his ult, the leg breaker. But Boouu was ready. He was so ready. He hops it. He takes the stock. Oh my god. This wasn't the end of this match. But this, at least for me, is one of the most calculated stocks I've ever seen in the entirety of Absolver tournament history. There's a reason Boouu is one of the best. But this stock in particular sticks out in my mind every time I think of exemplary tournament play. I believe the VODs for this tournament have been lost to the sands of time, but I'm happy we at least get this clip out of it. If you haven't played Absolver, play Absolver. Thanks for watching.